Are you feeling a sudden energetic pull from your divine masculine, as if he's silently crying out to you through the spiritual bond you share? Have you been wondering why you can't shake the feeling that he's deeply regretting something, but won't say it aloud? In today's video, we're diving deep into the powerful emotional current of a divine masculine who is drowning in regret. His energy is heavy, almost desperate, as he begins to realize the magnitude of what he lost, you. This is a message specifically for those resonating with the role of the divine feminine. If you felt a wave of sorrow, confusion, or longing that didn't originate from you, chances are you're picking up on his pain. We'll uncover what's happening energetically between you both, why this shift is happening now, and what it means for your twin flame connection. You'll gain powerful insights that could bring clarity to the silence, validation for what you've been feeling, and even a new perspective on the next step in your journey. So I challenge you, watch this video all the way to the end, because by the time you finish, you might see your divine masculine and your entire soul journey through a completely different lens. And if this message resonates, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It allows me to stay connected to your energy and bring you even more personalized messages in future readings. Number 1. Names, symbols, and the energetic language of regret. As the energy came through, certain names and letters immediately stood out with striking clarity, specifically the names Josh and Maria, as well as the letters J and MAR. These weren't just random impressions, they were energetic signatures tied to powerful emotions and unresolved lessons. Alongside them, the words regret and replace emerged with intensity, revealing a truth that this divine masculine may have once believed you, divine feminine, were replaceable. It's possible he even tried to fill your space with someone else, someone who could mimic your presence, but never replicate your soul. This act, conscious or unconscious, led to a deep imbalance in the energetic connection. You were taken for granted in ways that cut to the core, not because you weren't worthy, but because your worth was too vast to be fully understood at that time. Visions began to form, strong symbolic imagery of trees, a dense forest, and a garage. These visuals hold meaning. Trees and forests speak to rootedness, growth, and isolation, a place where truths are hidden beneath the canopy of silence. The garage symbolizes a private, internal world. Perhaps this person works with cars, or maybe they simply spend time there as a retreat into solitude. Either way, the garage becomes a metaphor for where they try to fix what's broken, including the pieces of themselves they don't show to anyone else. Then came the card, work through your fears. Its presence confirmed that this masculine energy has been driven not by indifference, but by fear, deep, paralyzing fear. And not the fear of pain, as many would assume. Instead, it's the fear of joy. The fear of actually being seen, loved, and accepted without needing to wear a mask. The idea of true happiness, of being loved wholly and without conditions, scared him more than loss ever could. That fear shaped his actions, pushing him away from the very thing his soul longed for most. You were. Number 2. Fear, pride, and the loss of a rare connection. Some of you have encountered a divine masculine who carried a strong player energy, someone who avoided deep emotional intimacy, not because he lacked feeling, but because deep down, he believed he wasn't worthy of being truly loved. This was not a surface-level rejection. It stemmed from core wounds of unworthiness and fear of vulnerability. The word engineer came through powerfully in this energy. Perhaps this individual is studying engineering, works in a technical field, or is someone who approaches life with a calculated, methodical mindset. There was also the word dropped, a symbol that could point to someone who dropped out of school, abandoned a path they once pursued, or more symbolically, represents the emotional drop this person experienced when they realized they had lost you. Pride played a central role in this loss. I sense a pivotal moment, an energetic fork in the road, when the masculine let pride dictate his actions. This could have been a refusal to let go of a karmic attachment, someone or something that fed his ego but drained his spirit. Instead of choosing growth or love, he may have chosen validation. He might have felt empowered in that moment, but that fleeting boost came at the cost of hurting someone who genuinely loved him. You, divine feminine, were left wounded, not because you weren't enough, but because he wasn't ready to rise to the frequency of love you were offering. The letter S came through as well, perhaps tied to someone's name, or even Scorpio energy present in one of your natal charts. Scorpio often brings depth, intensity, and transformation, which could signify the emotional gravity of this connection and the undercurrents of passion, secrecy, and eventual revelation that flowed between you. Despite everything, your intuition was always one step ahead. Long before this masculine admitted his truth, if he ever did, your inner knowing whispered to you that something was off. But even then, your heart still held on, hoping to see the best version of him emerge. You weren't naive, you were hopeful. You believed in the potential for transformation, you were emotionally invested, and your love ran deep. It wasn't just the chemistry, it was the way you connected over shared humor, the way music bonded your souls, and how you saw the light in him, even when he was lost in darkness. The word Roman surfaced too, perhaps pointing to someone with ties to Italy, or more mystically, to a past life connection rooted in ancient Rome. This may explain the overwhelming sense of familiarity you felt, as if your souls had danced together through time. The depth of this bond wasn't imagined, it was ancient, and even now across timelines, that energy still lingers. If this message is resonating with your soul, if you felt the sting of pride, the ache of lost potential, or the deep knowing that your connection was something rare and timeless, I invite you to pause for a moment and reflect. Sometimes just acknowledging the truth of your experience is the first step toward healing. Before we move into the next part of this message, where we'll uncover even deeper revelations, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share what part of this message spoke to your heart, or simply type, "I felt the connection, even when they couldn't." Your voice matters, and your story could help someone else feel less alone on this journey. And if this content is speaking to your spirit, don't forget to like the video. It truly supports the channel and helps us reach more souls who need this light. Number 3. A fated but fractured connection. The Lover's card emerged in reverse, a clear sign of a once powerful, soul-deep connection that has been fractured. This wasn't just any ordinary encounter. From the very beginning, there was an undeniable sense of familiarity, a feeling as though your souls had known each other long before your paths crossed in this lifetime. The divine masculine felt it too. He recognized the spiritual bond that connected you, but he misjudged its strength. More crucially, he misjudged himself. He believed he could walk away from you and carry on as if nothing had changed, not realizing that your absence would become the echo that haunted his every step. Then came the appearance of 666, a sacred number often misunderstood, yet here it speaks loudly of imbalance, inner conflict, and the urgent need for introspection. Something was off in the dynamic. Perhaps it was karmic interference, past wounds, or emotional immaturity that brought up deep-seated trust issues. Whether your connection was labeled a committed relationship or a complicated situationship, one thing was clear: the foundation of trust was shaken. And for you, Divine Feminine, that was non-negotiable. You hold yourself to a high standard. You've done the inner work and you know your worth. So when he crossed your boundaries, whether through betrayal, dishonesty, or emotional neglect, you didn't hesitate. You walked away, not out of spite, but out of self-respect. And that's when the shift happened. Your withdrawal created a vacuum in his life. The energetic cord that once pulsed with connection now echoed with silence. And in that silence, he was forced to face the truth. Almost instantly, the weight of what he had lost hit him like a tidal wave. Your absence wasn't just noticeable, it was transformational. He realized, perhaps too late, the depth of the bond he had taken for granted. Number 4. Your absence, his awakening. The word plant surfaced, perhaps referring to someone who nurtures life with a green thumb, or perhaps something more symbolic. The seed of awareness that has now begun to take root within him. It's growing, quietly but steadily, watered by the silence your absence has left behind. Once upon a time, it was you who questioned the depth and purpose of this connection. But now, those doubts have shifted. For him, There is no uncertainty left. He knows with complete clarity, it's you. It has always been you. Ironically, it's now your turn to wonder. You question whether the damage can truly be undone, whether healing is possible after the rupture, whether your heart, once so open, can find the strength to trust again. Because what broke between you wasn't small, it was sacred, and sacred things once fractured are never mended easily. His actions were driven by unhealed fears, deep-rooted beliefs that he was not worthy of a love as pure, as rare, as yours. In his desperation to protect himself, he built walls of pride, not realizing that those very walls would become his prison. And when you finally walked away, you did so with a quiet, unwavering strength that shook him to the core. In the silence that followed, he felt the enormity of your absence. And for the first time, he truly saw you, not just as a lover, but as a presence that could never be duplicated or replaced. Now, the roles have reversed completely. Where once you held hope, and he held hesitation, now he is consumed with certainty while you protect your heart with caution. He's in deep reflection, replaying your memories like sacred reels of film. He's crafting messages in his mind, writing and rewriting the perfect words, hoping to find the key that will unlock your heart again. Every unsent text, every erased message is proof of his inner turmoil and his desire to make things right. He is no longer wondering if he wants you. He is wondering how to reach you without breaking what little remains. Imagine a man holding a rare flower in his hands, something wild, beautiful, and impossible to replicate. At first he admires it, but he doesn't understand its value. He thinks it will always be there, that it will keep blooming no matter how carelessly he treats it. So he leaves it in the corner, distracted by lesser things, too caught up in his own fears to truly nurture what he's been given. But one day, he turns back, and it's gone. The space it once occupied now feels empty, lifeless, cold. And that's when it hits him. The scent, the color, the presence he once took for granted was a once-in-a-lifetime gift. That flower was you, divine feminine. And now, he's scrambling through the fields of his own regret, trying to find it again. Not a replacement, not a copy. You. Your absence became the soil where his awakening began, and while he's now willing to water and protect what he once neglected, you're the one who must decide if it's too late for something new to grow. Number 5. Messages through music and signs. One of the most profound ways your connection continues to echo in his heart is through music. Whether you realize it or not, he's communicating with you, silently but powerfully, through songs. You may notice him posting lyrics or melodies on social media that seem oddly familiar or emotionally resonant. These aren't coincidences. These songs are carefully chosen because they remind him of you. He's not just listening, he's feeling. He plays these tracks over and over, allowing the lyrics and rhythms to transport him back to the energy of your bond. In this quiet ritual, he finds a way to remain close to you, even if distance or silence now separates you. With the Caring Connections card appearing in reverse, it's clear that he feels emotionally locked out of your world. There's a deep sense of longing and regret stirring within him, triggered by the feeling that you've begun to shut him out. This emotional distance hasn't numbed him, it's awakened him. He's acutely aware that something has shifted. Even if you're still in touch, there's a chill in the air, a wall between you that wasn't there before. He senses your defenses, the subtle withdrawal of warmth, and most of all, the absence of trust. He knows he's no longer allowed the same access to your heart, and this realization haunts him. It fuels a desire to reach you again, to understand how to melt the ice that's formed between you. Now, more than ever, he's searching for ways, through music, memories, and spiritual signs, to find his way back to the connection he once felt so deeply. Number 6. A mountain between you. During this reading, names such as Stephen surfaced, along with words like climb and sea. These may literally point to someone connected to the ocean, a coastal place, or someone who enjoys mountain climbing or nature. But more than anything, these words are rich in symbolism. He now views the emotional distance between you as a mountain he must scale, a daunting summit he himself helped create. The separation, once subtle, has grown into something vast and unyielding. And now, he's beginning to understand the weight of what stands between you. The garden and the gate card appeared upright, carrying a powerful message. It reflects your current state, guarded, withdrawn, perhaps even at peace in your solitude. You've closed the gate to your heart, and though the garden inside is still lush and beautiful, it is no longer freely open to him. He feels this deeply. Your energy, once warm and welcoming, now feels unreachable, yet he remains utterly addicted to it. He yearns for your light, your presence, your soul's embrace. But he stands outside the gate, unsure how to find the key. There's a quiet desperation within him, an ache to return to your heart, but he is lost in the how. He knows he must climb, change, and face the very mountain he once helped raise. The emotional journey ahead is not easy, but he's starting to realize that reclaiming your trust and connection will require more than words. It will take action, healing, and a willingness to meet you at the depth you now reside in. Number 7. The soul contract and the karmic distractions. The energy of this connection runs deeper than emotions. It's rooted in a soul contract, written long before either of you arrived in this lifetime. The Lover's card came through reversed, signaling that there's a significant imbalance or disruption in this divine bond. Alongside it, the word metal emerged. For some, this may point to a literal interest in metal music or a person with a tough, guarded exterior. But spiritually, it hints at something much more profound: the strength, resistance, and transformation that are being forged through pain and pressure. You didn't cross paths with this person by accident. You were placed in their life as a catalyst, a spark meant to awaken their soul, and whether or not they understood it at the time, your energy shook their foundation. There's a gap in spiritual maturity here. You've walked further along the soul's path. You carry the wisdom, the awareness, the inner light. They were not ready for the mirror you held up to them, the one that revealed both their shadows and their potential. Yet, even in separation, your impact continues. They are now being urged, almost relentlessly, by their spiritual guides to face the truth, to make amends, and to ask for your forgiveness. The word forgiveness appeared in a midway position, a clear sign that they haven't reached that place of full humility or readiness just yet. But they're circling it. They're thinking deeply about what it would take to heal the rift, to approach you sincerely, and to finally honor the soul contract that brought you together. This journey is not just about love, it's about growth, karmic release, and spiritual alignment. You've played your role with grace. Now the next step is theirs to take. If you've made it this far, it's a sign that this message was meant for you. Take a moment to reflect. Has music, distance, or unspoken emotion played a role in your own soul connection? Have you felt the pull of a bond that defies logic, yet teaches you more than any ordinary relationship ever could? We'd love to hear your story. Feel free to share your experience in the comments below, or if you're not ready to share just yet, you can simply type, "I trust the timing of my soul's journey." Let that be your affirmation today, a reminder that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Number 8. The cost of pride and fear. This person has undergone a deep and humbling transformation. What once seemed like valid reasons to keep you at a distance, his fears, insecurities, and feelings of unworthiness, now pale in comparison to the haunting fear that he may have lost you for good. Spirit is using this heartbreak as a divine intervention, a necessary rupture meant to shatter the walls he built around his heart. Through this pain, he is being taught a lesson far greater than just love. He is learning how to confront fear itself, in love, in life, in purpose. At one point, he may have told you that you deserved someone better, or behaved in ways that made you question your worth. But in truth, it was never about you not being enough. It was about him not believing he could rise to your level. Rather than face his own growth, he chose silence, distance, and delay. And in doing so, he unknowingly created the very thing he dreaded most: your absence. Not just the loss of your presence, but the echo of your strength, the memory of your light, and the void left behind where love once stood. The name Timothy came through with this message, along with the word standard. You didn't lower your vibration or abandon your values to hold on to something that wasn't choosing you fully. You stood your ground. You held your boundaries even when it broke your own heart to do so. And in walking away, you reclaimed something far more powerful than love. You reclaimed your self-respect. That decision, that strength, is what Spirit is now using to awaken him. The price of pride was your silence. The cost of fear was your departure. And now, he sits with the truth. Not that you were too much, but that he wasn't yet ready to become the man who could match your standard. Number 9. Spirit pushing him into action. Spirit is no longer allowing him to remain still. The card, Jump In, carries a powerful message. It speaks of transformation through action, of embracing the unknown and surrendering to the momentum of change. This is exactly what Spirit is demanding of him now. For too long, he has been stuck, not only in love, but in his career, personal growth, and life direction. Fear has gripped him like chains, keeping him paralyzed in indecision. But now he's being shown, in no uncertain terms, that inaction is still a decision, and it often leads to the very outcomes he was so desperate to avoid. The presence of the All Tied Up card in reverse reveals a powerful shift underway. The cords that once held him back, fear, doubt, insecurity, are unraveling. He's breaking out of the energy that kept him trapped in cycles of hesitation and regret. For the first time, he is beginning to see the truth of your connection, that it's not just romantic, but spiritual, sacred guided. He's becoming aware that there is something deeper between you, something that cannot be explained by logic or circumstance alone. In the past, a karmic influence may have clouded his clarity. This could have been a person, someone who gossiped, manipulated, or constantly distracted him. Their energy pulled him off course, feeding his doubts and encouraging him to ignore what his soul was trying to tell him. But Spirit is now working through this masculine energy, urging him to reclaim his power and step away from the chaos. He's beginning to see how that external influence damaged your connection, and for the first time, he's taking responsibility. This awakening is not gentle. It is disruptive, raw, and urgent, but it is exactly what he needs. Spirit is calling him to act, to heal, and to finally move forward, not just toward you, but toward the life he was always meant to live. This is no longer about waiting. It's about becoming. This moment marks a turning point, not just for him, but for the energy between you. Spirit is stirring the winds of change, and he's finally beginning to listen. As we move deeper into this reading, we'll uncover what his next steps might be and how this awakening could lead him back to you. If this message resonates with your journey, don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Or simply type, "I am ready for divine alignment," to affirm your place on this path and open the door to what's coming next. Number 10. Realization, regret, and the heart's awakening. He has reached a profound turning point. The illusions that once captivated him, status, wealth, superficial connections, have crumbled before the truth of his heart. They no longer bring him the fulfillment he thought they would. In their place, a single, undeniable longing has emerged. You. You are the light he once lost in the chaos, the soul he turned away from while chasing empty distractions. And now, more than anything, he wants to find his way back to you. The appearance of the sun and sacral chakra cards signals a powerful awakening within him. These energies speak of renewed passion, deep emotional yearning, and the fire of desire that still burns brightly for you. They illuminate the warmth and vitality you brought into his life, something he didn't fully appreciate until your absence made the silence deafening. And with the throat chakra card appearing in reverse, the message is clear. There are countless words he has never spoken. Words filled with sorrow, hope, apology, and love, stuck in his throat, buried beneath the weight of his pride and fear. He lies awake at night, haunted by memories and dreams of you. Not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. He feels you, your energy, your presence, your absence. His soul mourns what was lost between you, even if he hasn't yet found the courage to say it aloud. The depth of his regret runs deep, and it's transforming him from within. Where once there was avoidance, now there is recognition. Where there was denial, now there is truth. His heart is awakening, and it beats your name with every passing moment. Number 11. What will he do next? He's finally facing the truth he once refused to see. He didn't appreciate you the way he should have. With the appreciation card in reverse, the message is undeniable. He took your love, your presence, and your patience for granted. Influences around him may have clouded his judgment, whether it was a karmic feminine energy, a manipulative friend, or the noise of the world pulling him in other directions. He allowed external voices to overshadow the truth in his heart. But now, with clarity piercing through the fog, he sees the damage that choice caused, and he's not at peace with it. What comes next may be unexpected, but it will be sincere. He may reach out with a long, carefully written letter or a message full of vulnerability, perhaps even a face-to-face conversation marked by trembling honesty. No matter the form, the essence will be the same. I'm sorry I didn't appreciate you. I see it now, and I regret it deeply. There is also a painful awareness growing within him, one that hits even deeper. He realizes how he made you feel like you were constantly competing with his career, his ambitions, his distractions, or even with other people. You were never shown that you were the priority, even though your heart gave him your all. And now that you're no longer standing there, waiting for him to choose you, he feels the emptiness left behind. The pain of that oversight is no longer yours to carry. It has become his lesson, his mirror, and his burden. This moment marks a turning point. Whether or not he finds the courage to say it all at once, know this: his soul is stirring, and his next move will come from a place of awakening, not ego. The journey back to you, if he dares to take it, will begin with one simple truth: he finally sees your worth. This masculine is not just feeling pain, he is living it. The broken heart card appearing upright signals a deep emotional wound that continues to bleed beneath the surface. It's not hidden anymore. It's disrupting his routine, consuming his thoughts, and weighing on his spirit. But with this intensity comes a pivotal shift. He's being called to act, to speak, to no longer let silence stand in the way of truth. Expect a message. Expect movement. The heart can only carry this much weight for so long before it bursts forth in vulnerability and confession. If this message touched something in you, if it mirrored your own intuition or brought clarity to your heart, I invite you to honor that moment. Let it be more than just a passing thought. Comment below with the quote, "My soul recognizes his sorrow," if you feel the energy of this reading was speaking directly to you. Let others know they are not alone in their journey. If you'd like to continue walking this spiritual path together, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who may need this message today, and subscribe to the channel for more divine insights. And if you feel called to connect more deeply, follow me on Spiritual Universe Chanel for daily inspiration and guidance. There's a special video waiting for you right below this one. Trust that it's your next message, sending you so much love, strength, and light on your journey.